The Salt Lake Institute of Genealogy presents the second annual Academy for Professionals in January 2020. Take your professional skills to new heights. At SLIG Academy, you will learn from the field's top professionals, obtain in-depth instruction, network with other professionals, consult with respected experts, and research at the Family History Library. Registration opens July 13th, 2019 at 2 p.m. Mountain Time. Certified genealogist Catherine Desmarais is the course coordinator for Fundamentals of Forensic Genealogy. One of the instructors in the course is licensed attorney and certified genealogist Michael Ramage. Keep watching to learn more about their backgrounds and the course.
I'm Catherine Becker-Weiss-Desmarais. I am a full-time professional genealogist, author, and educator, and the owner of Stonehouse Historical Research. I've been board certified since 2011, and I specialize in forensic research for probate, real estate, and military repatriation cases.
And I'm Michael Ramage. I'm a licensed attorney, and I've been a board certified genealogist for quite a few years. I do a lot of teaching, and I am definitely a full-time forensic genealogist. And I've been an amateur genealogist since 1986 and became a professional in 1998. And finally, in 2002, I determined there was a forensic component to professional genealogy.
How did you become interested in genealogy?
I began my first genealogy research in 1973 when I was in the 7th grade. I had a very gifted teacher that year who ran a history club and hooked me on genealogy.
I did say that I started as an amateur in 1985. What I didn't state was how I got into genealogy, which was through my mother, who had a handwritten 8.5 by 11-inch family tree of my Swedish background, which got me started. And I determined, even though she cited no documents or other proofs, that her family tree was very accurate.
Have you had any prior SLIG experience?
I've attended SLIG as both a student and an instructor since 2015.
And I have not had prior SLIG experience, though I've heard great things about it. I've been involved in a number of other institutes and conferences that I've taught at and attended.
What course will you be coordinating?
Well, along with Michael and Calvin, I'm coordinating Fundamentals of Forensic Genealogy, as well as teaching in several of the other courses.
Please tell us about the course.
I thought maybe I should start by defining forensic genealogy. And forensic genealogy is genealogical research in cases with legal implications, and it usually involves researching from the past to the present. And in this course, we're going to be exploring the types of work that forensic genealogists engage in, as well as the necessary work products and business practices.
And each of us are teaching a number of separate courses. And I think the great thing about Catherine, Kelvin, and I is that we really add to each other's stories, and we also have a good experience over many years teaching together. So each of us adds something that the others might not have. I obviously, as an attorney, will be adding legal details to many of these discussions, including contracts and how to prepare them, what to look out for and how to protect yourself, business considerations, including taxes and business organizations and whether you should form an LLC or not and that type of thing. And I'll be giving a broad overview of missing and unknown heir estate cert research, which is probably the most money-making building course that you might need, because that's what most forensic genealogists do to earn a living. And lastly, I'll be getting into the forensic genealogy as it relates to genealogy standards.
What are the main topics covered in the course?
I'll be talking about real estate cases and also military repatriation cases. I have a contract with the U.S. Army to find the families of soldiers whose remains were never fully recovered, mostly from World War II, some from the Korean War. So I'll be talking about that type of work that forensic genealogists do. I'll also be covering report formats and affidavit formats and how to create exhibits for affidavits and family tree charts to insert as an exhibit in an affidavit. And we'll also be covering the role of the expert witness. Kelvin Myers will be covering that, and the forensic genealogist's role in oil and gas and natural resources cases. And Angie Bush will be covering unknown parentage cases and writing reports for adoptees. And she'll also be talking about some tips and tricks for finding living people.
Who would benefit the most from this course?
Students who already have some professional genealogy experience, I think would be the best candidates for taking our course. Students who want to expand their businesses to include forensic genealogy, or those who maybe have already done some forensic genealogy work but want to improve their skills in this field.
What basic knowledge should students have before taking the course?
Well, I think students should have some advanced genealogy research skills to begin with. This is not a beginner genealogy course, so we expect that students already have advanced research skills, and we also assume that students are familiar with the genealogy standards.
What should students expect to learn by the end of the course?
I hope that students will understand the range of roles that are available for the forensic genealogist. There's a range of specialties, and genealogists specialize in various niches in the field. And I hope that all the students will gain a good understanding of what the possible areas that they could work in. And I hope that they would have the basic skills they need to either start or expand their businesses.
Yes, and I would just say that each student really will feel by the end of the courses that they really understand the basics, the fundamentals, the building blocks, and the how-tos of a forensic genealogy practice. And they're really going to find out a lot to prevent them from making some of the mistakes that we had to make as we were building our practices.
What is an interesting teaser about your course?
I would say one is DNA genetic testing the secret weapon of forensic genealogists?
Well, I couldn't think of just one, so I have a few of them. Do you know what the required parts of an affidavit are? How does the Army define primary next of kin? What is a quiet title case, and why does it matter if someone predeceased or post-deceased a property owner? What are the 4 Ps for an expert witness? What is the Daubert principle? Come join us in Fundamentals of Forensic Genealogy at the Salt Lake Institute of Genealogy Academy for Professionals to learn these and many more answers.
We hope you enjoyed learning about the SLIG Academy course, Fundamentals of Forensic Genealogy. Registration for SLIG Academy courses opens July 13th, 2019. Check out the website slig.ugagenealogy.org for more information.